That's the intriguing thing for me. The orphan survives.
It does.
She might not have survived if she didn't practice certain things.
All these things, yes.
Yeah. So like in school, if you're not the brightest tack in the box, but you learn how to manipulate the teacher, you learn how to be an orphan, you learn how to say, oh, teacher, you know, whatever you do, you're going to get at least a C, maybe a B. But if you don't, if you have all that integrity at 9 years old, you're going to fail. Because you're going to be the problem child.
Yeah.
They're going to say, Jerry just doesn't, you know, she just doesn't fit in. And, you know, she speaks when she's not supposed to, and she comes late to class, and she's reading a book, a comic book under the desk, and, you know, and she's talking to her friends. But she's the trouble child. Our next door neighbor, I was saying to Lynn, she had some problems last year, and I said to Lynn, I was so glad that she had some problems. She was speaking out in a very family that very controls, you know.
Uh-huh.
So I always like the child that's trouble. But I'm in Alice Miller's boot camp there.
Yes, yes.
You know, Alice Miller says
Bad kid.
the gifted child.
Yeah.
It's the gifted child.
drama.
It's
Yeah.
the drama of the gifted child. And you can look at that in yourself.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking when you said, who am I to come here and talk to you?
Yes.
And I was raised so insignificant. I think we just keep trying.
Yeah,
We don't give up.
some of us.
Some
People do, yeah.
some people do.
Yeah.
But I think overall, and if you didn't get positive feedback, like from your last gig here, if people don't get some kind of positive impact, maybe that's when they stop trying.
It don't matter.
They don't, I mean, they really don't. You know, you came, you did, we shared, we loved it, so that gives you power to come back.
Hope.
Hope.
Yeah, that's true.
But it also gives us the desire to return.
Yeah, if you're hurt.
Right.
Yes, when we're received.
Yes.
It's made,
Yeah.
it really makes a big difference when it's mutual like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so if I'm still in my orphan, that's arrogance. That's how it's perceived.
Yeah.
Because I'm making the best I can do to perform for you, but not listen to you.
Right.
And that's a big distinction for me.
It's a wall.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm attracted to performance. I want to say to Rob, how much do you make? How much do I make? Because that's how I've been raised.
Yeah.
It's harder to say, who are you, Rob? And thanks for being here, and what do you bring? What do I bring? He tells me what I bring to his life. I tell him what he brings to my life. But it's very, very tempting to compete, because that's the way I created the orphan that survived.
You know, it's funny because I was thinking last night about what Lynn, like, what a wonderful partner Lynn was for you, that she got us out of our normal, like, group that we love, and said, I want to invite you to meet my husband again, you know, and I just thought, what a great partner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, the thing about that is that it's taken me forever to let myself know what I know there. Because I could very easily, I'm older than her, and I could very easily see what's missing. I couldn't so easily see all the gifts she brought me. So I, in my arrogance and pseudo kindness, could see what's missing and be kind about it, which is bullshit if you follow the logic. And if you stop doing that, and then you can be superior so easy, can't you?
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, we're brothers there, right? You're arrogant. I'm arrogant. We're arrogant. Yeah, we know arrogance. We're men. So we know what's wrong with women. And we know what you don't do. We know, and we practice it with each other. It takes a great deal of growing up to see the gifts you bring. And they're more subtle than our gifts. I can mow the lawn, I can do this or that. My gifts are not so subtle. Your gifts are much more subtle. I say to men, you work on relationships, women are relationships.
Mm.
You what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, she's relationship. There's no verb there. She's relationship. She is relationship. That's who she is. She's relationship. So don't get on your high horse thinking you can correct her and teach her how to be a mother or a wife or a partner or how to cook the steak better. Well, yeah, when you say that, Stephen, you know, a couple of years ago, we don't have much money, but we have some. I say, what do you mean by some? Oh, we're 40 years old, we have maybe 300,000. Okay, that's some. It's a couple of years ago, I was investing in, she said, as she was walking out the door, I wouldn't buy that stock if I were you. And I said, what? I was doing some investing, and she said, look at the article in the front of the LA Times. And she walked out and left. And there was an article on the company. And he said he didn't buy the stock. When she came back, he said, what would you buy? Oh, she said, did you see the article right beneath it? They made $100,000 on a small investment. That's what I'm talking about. There's a subtlety there that easily is overridden. I'm the man. Oh yeah, well, you don't know stock market. I do. I'm the investor. So I'm going to buy this stock. I really believe. And you lost 100,000. And she's kind enough not to beat you up about it.
Maybe.
But,
Yeah,
but if she were partnering with you, she would say, I wouldn't buy that stock if I were you. And that's what's happened with Lynn and I. There's things like this house. I would not have bought this house. She saw it for 20 minutes and called me at work and said, this is the house. There's a bunch
This is
of
the
those
house.
things. They aren't up on neon lights in our living room, but there's a bunch of those things that I have had to grow down while growing up.